Testing 1, 2. All right, there we go. Let's jump on out here. Let's see what we can see. All right, so starting off this morning, of course, we got some pretty big news coming out. Here's the scans. My other scans will update when the market opens. Yesterday, we had a small cap sucking the life out of the market. GL, the GLMD, or I forget the name now. I literally saw it go from $6 up to $24 or something like that, or maybe it was lower than that. I mean, insanity. GLMD, was it? Yeah, Galmed Pharmaceuticals. This thing went through the roof yesterday, and we'll see where it is today as well. But they had the news was that they got compliance, Nasdaq compliance, and I think I know what happened. A lot of these small caps, whenever we have a period of small caps just dumping, then one out of all of those small caps rips, and I think that's what happened on GLMD because the news wasn't great. Press release says, well, it doesn't even show it here, but it said that they got maybe that wasn't a press release. Good or bad news? Where did I see that at? Maybe I saw it in a one of the chat rooms or something. But I definitely seen this, and I was like, I looked at the news. I was like, nah, it's not gonna go anywhere. And yeah, it pumped to the moon. Let me go back over here to this, and let me do this here. Yeah. And so it kind of, I was watching the market today, just how it's trading. It just looks sideways. People are waiting for this news to come out for the interest rate cuts. Let me go to FOMC. FOMC news events. I think this is calendar is what I want. And let's look September. This is the 18th. So September 16th, 17th, or 18th. Okay, so this is the day that they're supposed to be talking about the rate cuts on and I want to see what is it going to do to the market? Is it going to snap it up? Is it going to snap it down or what? Donnell said morning GLM no PR. Okay, got you. Um I don't know what the market's going to do today. I don't even, I'm just scared to play SOXS or XLXL because I just don't know. Um, and so sitting there, I'm probably just going to be looking around and just trying not to get my boots smoked. Because yesterday I was trading SOXS and everything, and it just wasn't. It didn't go. A lot of the attention was on small caps. There were like two or three around 100% movers, and I looked down through the catalysts on them, and I'm like, these things don't have any reason to be going up. And so I took the trade on SOXL or SOXS, I forget, but it just did. It was a botch trade. It just I mean I stopped out where I wanted to and everything else, but it wasn't an ATR break of high. It was already going down, and I was looking for a recovery back up. They just couldn't give it to me, so I just took notes, took the data down, and just took the L. Took the L. All right, let's see what we got up here though. Oh, let's go look at GLMD as well. Okay, so yeah, this thing went from $4, right? So look at the pre-market. Pre-market's down here had a little pop, 4 up to 7, came back down to like 5-ish, and then shot up to 23, or yeah, high of 2380 on horrible or no PR at all. Just sickening, man. Just takes all of the day. But like I said, this has been in the works because people have been shorting small caps, getting more aggressive, and then all of a sudden you get one of these, and all of that money that you made on all of those days where you were able to short, hopefully you sized appropriately and you had your stop ready to go because somebody got their shoes and socks and glasses taken off their face. with this. Just an absolute rip. Um, but yeah, hump day, man. I don't know what today's got going on, man. I'm kind of scared. Really, because I don't know what when I mean, they come out with good news, bad news, or people could take it a certain way today, and the spy could just, do a roller coaster. So I'm just like, we'll see. Right now, not seeing anything with range moving with that big of a percentage, and I'm pretty sure it's because the spy is like flat. Um, so yeah, let me go and look at the spy overall here, monthly chart. We've stayed on this uptrend. We went up here to 566 sometime at some point this month. Let's go back to the weekly. Okay. This week we went up to 566.58 and came back down. Let's look at the daily. Is this a daily? No, this is the 1 hour. Let's look at the daily. Okay, had a little bit of red coming back down yesterday. I really expected this thing to keep going higher, but I should have known the day before big news coming out, people just kind of sitting on their hands. We didn't really get a breakout like I thought. I mean, I guess I could have played SOXS, but SOXS was red on the day, and it actually failed out of the open. So I usually wait the first 30 minutes. This thing failed. Boop. Right on down. I was like, okay, I don't like that. It did hold an indecision, but then broke back out of the ATRs here and went higher. So it moved from, if I was gonna buy ATR breakout, I wait for this candle. I would have had to wait for this candle to close, and then I would have had to trade this candle here. And this one went from 23.74 all the way up to 24. So maybe a dollar move, but I would like to get more. And it probably only did a dollar move because it was red for most of the day. And then the second half of the day into the afternoon, it did this little rip. But just kind of sitting, waiting, watching today. Nvidia is always just crazy volume for no reason. 5 million shares. It usually, I mean, at this point, I'm just used to seeing Nvidia with, end of the day with 70 million shares just normally. So many people in and out of it. I would hate to be holding that as a dividend play though, because so many people day trade it and there's just in out. Unless you got a really good position. It's at 115 right now. I mean, if you were down there at maybe the 100 mark or something like that, um, maybe you're feeling okay. But the way this thing moves and the way the news reacts and all of that on Nvidia, I just couldn't hold it as a stable dividend trader. Let me see what my AT&T is doing though. Intel, I'm waiting for this one to continue to drop. So they had a little pop up because they got a partnership, and I don't really care about a partnership. I just want this thing to bleed out so I can get some good shares. Just waiting for it to just continue to break down. But I'm patient. I'll wait. My other dividends are paying me while I wait, so we're cool. And then AT&T. Let's see where you sit, my brother. All right, so AT&T went up there to 22 and is now down here at 21. I'm not worried. Looking for that thing to keep on chunking up and do its thing. Nice uptrend. Nice uptrend on AT&T. And then my other trade was VOD. And this one, I bought back here. Well, you can't even see it on this one. I bought this one at 846, and it went up to 1037. Kind of got some tops up here, and I'm looking for it to break this and to continue this upward move. Came back down to 979, but that's I mean that's like a dollar away from where my stop is, and then rallied back up to 10. So as long as it's holding 10, just looking for it to go higher and higher. The reason that I actually bought this was that they got a partnership with some company that I researched, but I can't remember. I did it a while back. And I jumped in. I was like, oh, they got a partnership with them. Cool. Let me jump in there and see where they're gonna go. And they pay a dividend, so just getting paid to wait for it to go higher. And I would love to see it, go 15, go 20, but it's gonna have to, continue to do work, continue to get partnerships and things like that. But it looks good, breaking over that video. I'm so ready for the open, bro. I just got a feeling that today is gonna be crazy because of this news. And yesterday we had the last couple of days we had little downward movements that some of them I was able to capitalize on, but it's just getting too flat now. I like the big moves where it just keeps going up or down, but now it's been pretty flat over the last couple of days. So each one of these is a, let's see, 15 minutes. Is this a day? Yeah, this is a day. This is a day. This is a day. This is a day. So it has some pretty nice moves. I missed this move right here, but I got some of the smaller ones in here, and it's just been kind of flattening out around this 9,700. Now it could shoot up, could shoot down, but I'm not gonna be aggressive, especially with how everything's looking right now. I don't see any big movers, and the volume is kind of light on the day as well. There may be some small caps that will come out. I'll see those on the open. I'll let y'all know what pops up there. But yeah, yes sir. We have about 15 minutes to the bell. I got so chopped up on what was it? This move? Yeah. This move around the 700s and it dropped. I was looking for it to kind of keep going, but each one of these days has been really wicky. I know Donnell was telling me I was in some trades. He was like, "Man, this thing is wicky on the 5 minute or the 1 minute or something like that." And I was like, we'll see what happens because it's just a lot of indecision in the market. Really, really wicky. I'm kind of used to the wicks, man. I'm just like, man, I'm just gonna play and see if this trend continues. A lot of times when I'm playing SOS and SOXL, I'm not really looking for a reversal. I'm looking for a continuation, and that's been the problem. We haven't been getting those nice continuations like we were getting a couple of weeks back, where it just keep going higher or keep going lower. And even if it's grinding, I don't even care if it's grinding. Just grind lower, lower and lower and lower. Keep people out of there. But I'm gonna be looking for we'll see if SOXS wants to continue higher. Yesterday got a nice little rip, and just want to see it stay above these levels and continue to go if the market wants to come down. But I don't want to get pulled into something crazy today. Plus, I mean, I already got work lined up too, so either way it goes, we'll make some money. Been dealing with insurance companies last couple of days. Somebody backed up and backed into my vehicle, and I was like, oh man. But we got things settled and cleared out and all of that stuff, so they're handling everything. Insurance is crazy, man. To pay or not to pay. It's the name of the game. But get pulled over, it will definitely change your life. Not too much on the first time, just a warning, but 2 or 3 times you'll definitely be not driving anymore. Get your license suspended or something. Or have to just pay a massive fine. All right, so NQ came up here, and I just really like what I've been trying to do is play, since it's so flat, I've been trying to play range bound, so let it break and then let it break down. So on this one, I'll be looking to go to the short side or the downside, so I'll be trading SOSX. And but it's been so weird with the wicks, especially after the open. It'll shoot up and stop you out, and then come back down and enter this range again and be flat. I'm like, I mean, I need to know that you're gonna be strong, my guy. But right now, SOSL is trading around its point of control. Its point of control is $24 right now, looks like. Where it hit last time, it got a big jump up there at 2024 back here. And kind of has just been trading around that level too, around the 24s. So I'm wondering, is it time? Is it time for the SPY to come down and SOX S to make a move up? But SOSX is red on the day though. And neither one of them, usually I'm looking for them to gap. If they can gap a little bit, maybe like 2%, open up 2% higher, or 3%, 4%, it's a little bit more push behind it. But when they're under 1% at the open, they gotta kind of figure out where they're gonna go. And I need to take that into consideration and be like, okay, if they're figuring it out, I need to figure out something else. Cause yeah, I need to definitely stay away if they don't know what they want to do. They don't have a decisive move, because a lot of times when there's a gap, people are caught off guard, whether it's buyers or sellers. And so when it gaps up, the sellers are like, oh my goodness, I hope this thing doesn't keep going up. If it comes down a little bit for them, they'll jump out and be like, okay, oh man, I'm so glad I got out, even with a little bit of a loss. But if it gaps up 4%, there's a lot more people trapped. 5%, a lot more people trapped, and it starts pushing 5, 6, 7, 8, and they start jumping ship. Same thing with going down. So the more percentage gainer these things have, it's a little bit more decisive as to who is trapped. Good morning, Drifter. We out here. And today is the day that they're supposed to be announcing the first Fed rate cuts and what's going on in the plan and all that stuff. So I saw the market flattening out, and I was like, oof, this one may be a doozy. I'm expecting some volatility at some point today, but you know, that's all I can do is sit in expectation. SPY has continually held up this 560 though. Um, so I mean, I don't even know if it wants to. At this point, I don't even know if I want to trade to the downside, because I just don't know what it wants to do. It's flattened out during this pre-market, had a nice little dip down here to 561 and pop back up. So interesting. Got about 10 minutes to the bell. Oh, I didn't look at any news other than the FOMC. That's pretty much all I'm really worried about. Okay, so Fed to start cutting rates at last, and flag what's next. Okay, policymakers will outline the path of the future on Wednesday. This is today. Gold is having a moment, but silver is poised for its own. Okay. Let's see. Why EVs and gas cars sharing platforms works for automakers. Okay. Fed set to enter new era with first rate cut in 4 years. Trump media lockup deadline. Oh yeah, what did that end up doing? I think it was DJT. Oh, it went. Did it go down? Yep. So it had a spike up to $20, and now it's back down to pretty much where it started, where it fell to the first time to $16. It does not pay a dividend. I'm not trying to grab that. It's kind of one of those things where when he has a speech or debate or something big, things kind of drop off. Of course, they reported a secondary what was it, secondary assassination attempt or something. Um, so I don't know. I don't know, man. People just going after his head. I guess they want blood. They want the blood. Yeah, Drifter, it's been a long time, man. I've been really just trading SOXS and XOSL, which are semiconductor tickers. I'll trade other things if there's catalyst though. I'm looking for a reason. Like a couple of these days, Tesla has been moving up with the market, but Tesla is really hard to trade with the market because it's so sporadic. Let's say it's going up and then the market all of a sudden dumps. Well, Tesla is literally living on the market's blood, so it's just very very volatile. I'd rather just trade the market if Tesla does not have news. Same thing with any of these other ones. They need to have news, and I will trade them. Of course, yesterday GLMD was a masterpiece short squeeze where all the shorts just piled in there. They're like, man, we're about to make millions. And I'm sure there were many accounts closed yesterday because of GLMD. There were some other ones up, but they none of them moved like that one. Came up, made a little top here, 12.19. Has a little bottom that is kind of hovering around this $10 level. Yes, sirree. But everything's been going good as far as just life in general. Still been working, still been getting contracts and things, getting more clients, increasing the network. That's what it's all about. Trading is like it's like an intermediary between all of it. It's like, oh, I can come here, look at what's going on in the world, look at the news, see if I can make money on the news, and then just go on about my day. You know. But today, I have no predictions on what the news is gonna do. I mean, I guess we could think about it logically. Hey, they're cutting rates. Interest rates come down. Things are observably cheaper. You know, is it going to make it better? Is it going to make it worse? Are people just going to pounce on the prices and the prices go right back up because they just pouncing on them? I mean, I don't know. I don't know. Home prices, things like that, like people just gonna just go buy them, right? I don't know. Is it even gonna be that big of a change as far as what we see on our local level, right? Are we gonna go to the grocery store and see things are getting a little bit cheaper, or will there still be that nice little surtax? I don't know. So I'm sitting in indecision. Or maybe the decrease will be of course I know that they miscounted the job, they miscalculated the jobs that were available and things like that. I know companies have been laying people off majorly in anticipation for the election. Of course, if the Democrats win, um, there'll be a lot more money pumped into programs and assistance programs for small businesses, assistance programs for things like that. And so companies are getting ready for that. They're trying to make sure that they are at least on the way to a quota. Like if they're like, oh, your company needs to have this many employees or needs to be making this much or needs to be in this shape to get assistance, they're working their way down there by getting rid of people. They're like, yeah, we don't need y'all. We're just going to get ready for this new money to come through. If the Republicans come through, well, then they got the companies have less people to pay. They're getting rid of people, and if they have investments or things like that, well, they're not paying all of these salaries, so it's a win-win situation either way. Either they're getting ready to qualify for a program or getting ready to not have to pay all of those employees and just put more work on, less employees. And if those less employees can do the work, I mean, it makes sense, right? So it's not really going to affect the businesses because they thought ahead. They're like, oh, we don't need you. Okay, so Excel getting a little bump up 1%. SPY is going on green, but with this flatness, I just don't trust it. Getting more and more volume coming up. We got what is this? DoorDash, with 2 million shares. Nvidia continue to rise. Anything else with some nice volume? Intel going on down, man. I wish Intel would gap down. Just expedite the trip, man. Expedite the trip so I can dump all my money into it. No, I'm kidding. Not all my money. I do take strategic positions. I don't be out here just swinging, especially for that for dividends and things like that. I'm not about to be swinging for the fences on those. It's more of strategic, planned entries. And if I don't get everything that I want and it just takes off, oh well. That's what happened with me on AT&T. I didn't get everything I wanted. It just took off. I was like, well. And I know people can be like, well, you can add to it. I'm like, yeah, I can mess up my average. If I want to buy some more in the future, I can always do that with the same price. But I'm like, I just really don't ever add once it gets going upward. I get my full position or try to get the full position when it's low, let it ride and look for something else that's low and add to that one. All right, so here's the open. Opening up, let's look at the NQ. First off, see what it's doing. Okay. We'll just circle around. So NQ came up here a couple of times to the 9,736, showing a little bit of resistance back towards the downside. SOXS should be coming back towards the green if this thing can continue downward, but it's pulling back up there quite a bit. Let's look at the QQQs. QQQs is a nice little investment fund. All of them pay dividends though, but they're just so expensive. QQQs is $474 going towards this ATR low. ATR low is at 474.34, And it could tap both sides. We'll see what happens. SPY floating around, going red on the day as well. Well, never mind. The SPY is definitely red on the day, or looking like it's going red. Why isn't it transition yet? It looks like it's red. What? Okay, it is red on the day. Okay, so 563 is down here at the low. Surprise SOXS is not keeping up with the SPY movement downwards, but whatever. NQ is still above ATR highs as the QQQs and the SPY are going below. We'll see. I got some small caps popping up over here. NVVE up 44%, 6 million shares. OMEX 94 cents up 26. I mean not up 26. You got 26 million shares, and then we buy or W buy up 100 and something percent with 100 million shares traded. So these are the small caps. I need to make sure that they don't have any kind of crazy catalyst here. So let's jump over and see NVVE. First one up 45%. Now it has a little bit more range with 73 a 73 cent ATR. It announced a 1-for-10 reverse stock split 5 days ago. And then the previous news was in August, on August 15th. So this is the most recent news, 1-for-10 reverse split. Let's see what we got. Green Energy Technology Company provides a globally available, okay. And this was supposed to happen on September, so effective as of September 16th, 2024. Okay, so that was 2 days ago. Let's look at OMEX, also up, just broke over $1. Doesn't really have, what does it got? A 60-cent ATR? How in the world is that? Let's look at its news though. OMEX. OMEX Marine Exploration, or Odyssey Marine. I mean, I said OMEX, Odyssey Marine Exploration. 19 hours ago, they report win of NAFTA arbitration case. So they were in court and they won, and now they're worth $1. Let's look at We Buy WBY. WBY. Where we at? Press releases. 1 day ago reports record revenue and 253% increase in gross profit for the first half of 2024. All right, so we'll see what happens with these. These are the ones that are sticking up on the day, and the SPY looking like it. Oh boy, coming on down, coming on down. Let's jump back over here to the SPY and all of that nice stuff. Okay, so SPY coming down. It is red on the day, but the other two have not gone red yet, which is the NQ and the QQQs are looking like they're about to transition red. And then the NQ. As for now, neither SOSX or SOXL are meeting any kind of criteria. They're just, playing around with people's souls as they continue to trade flat. I'm wondering what will happen if it hits the ATR. A lot of times when it hits any of these ATRs, let's say that if it dives through this ATR and goes to this one, it has a very high chance of reversing at an ATR. So I'm just looking. ATR right now on the NQ for the day is down here. Well, based on this 50, let's go to the higher time frame first. ATR based on the NQ here. So daily ATR all the way down here at 19,300. But this thing has a crazy ATR on the daily. It moves 370 bucks on average daily. Let's go back to the monthly chart. Or what was I just looking at? NQ monthly. Okay, here's the monthly chart. And I was looking for the hour. That's what I was looking for. Max sale. Okay, so this one is the hour. So on this one, it's got a bottom down here of 19. What is this? Top of 19,729 and a bottom down here of 19,645. We'll see what it wants to do. We shall see. But all three of them pumping down for now. SOX looking like it's about to transition to the upside, but it's kind of tight. I like this tightness. It has just wait, this is TLT SOX. It's like, what in the world is going on? They keep jumping around. Come on, SOX. All right, so this one SOX breakout of 2405 would be a break of that. We want to kind of see what that wants to do in comparison to SOXL, which is going towards the ATR lows as we speak. Looking like a nice little breakdown incoming. But now pulling back up. The 19700s have been a spot for the NQ. It's bounced around there a whole lot and shaking me up a whole lot around that 19700. So I really don't know what it wants to do. If it wants to just pull back up. Let me go to the 15-minute on what's this NQ. That's what I was talking about. 19700. I don't know if it wants to go ahead and break towards the 20s, 20,000, or if it just wants to stay in this area. Had a top up there. And this is how I've been getting kind of shaken up sometimes. They'll come down and I'll go short, looking for it to continue downward. But with flat trading, it's always been like this bounce back up. Like this right here, went down, bounce back up. Went down, bounce back up. And it's always kind of catches me. I'm like, oh, I'm looking for continuation, but then we get this rangy like motion. All right, so QQQs, all that's going down. SOXL should be popping up green here in a little bit. Coming up here to the ATR highs. So looking like it's going to be holding up here. We'll see, but like I said, it does this. It'll do this. And what I do is I set my stop for the breakdown of ATR highs. And once it comes down, I have to put in the hard sub. Sometimes I don't, and I let it play against me. But that's just a rule break. I'm supposed to be stopping out at the ATR breakdown after the first 30 minutes. But anyway, just letting that play out. SOXS is coming back green, but it is not big green. It's got previous highs up here at 24.32 and 24 right at the 24.50s. PRG is up. It is a low float PRG with, what is this thing? PRG up 100 and something percent. Let's go look at this one. Why is this thing up? PRTG, my bad. PRTG. Portage Biotech. Portage last news was on August 27th. And does not have any other recent news on this one, so not too interested in that. And this is what I got to do, man. I have been looking around. I've been so focused on like SOXS and XOXL that I lose focus on where the actual volume is. Like oh, if we look over here, this one's got 11 million shares traded, up 165%. All of these other ones, and it also has a beta of 1.20. So as the market is going down right now, this thing is going down. So it's a weak follower of the market, basically. It's a positive number, but it's like 1. So it's not really a crazy follower of the market. Some of these other ones, I'm not too sure of. SOXS coming and continue to press higher, but I don't want to get caught up in that today. I got to be a little bit wiser with my entries on that. NVVE halted. Got some pretty good wicks out here. But yeah, nothing. Wow, Omex. I didn't even look at the chart when I looked up this news. Wow, look at that drop. It was at $5 something. That's crazy. Okay, I'm not even worried about Omex. We buy WBUY, 21 cents down there with 124 million shares traded. What did I just say? 124 million shares traded. I said that right. ATR of 2 cents though. That's crazy. So on an average day, it moves 2 cents. That's hard to trade. Now I know we have those outliers where some days they just rip more than 2 cents, but it's like it's probably gonna chop back down to that normal, normal trading range. Anyway, I'm about to get ready to go into this morning meeting. So the things that I'm kind of watching, I'm just watching the things with volume right now. Nothing is really sticking out as far as SOXS and XOXL. I really want to see what this news is going to do to the market today and don't want to get caught in any big move. I mean, yeah, it would be a gamble to get in and it just goes up or goes down the way I want it to. But I kind of want to see how people, you know, react to everything. Donnell also called out Lunar, 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 throwing wicks to both directions. We got 877 top up here. Hit the ATR high of 874, ATR low of 802. Fully tested that one. Don't know which way it wants to go. Let's go. It's up 52%. Let's go and look at its catalyst. Lunar. This is a Intuitive Machines Inc. NASA awards Intuitive Machines Near Space Network contract. Wait, Intuitive Machines Near Space Network contract with a maximum potential value of 4.82 billion. Okay, so that was 17 hours ago. They got so it says the maximum potential. So the actual value of this hasn't been set, but they do have a cap on it. Okay. The increment funded base ordering period begins on October 1st through September 30th. Okay. 2024 to September 30th, 2029. Okay, so a couple of years of doing that. That is so I guess we'll have to see if they kind of solidify what's going on there. Nasdaq popping back up. I knew it was gonna do it. That thing popped all the way back up. SOXL, but it hasn't done. And I've been winning like on my ATR high, kind of letting this break out and everything. But below the ATR low, it's so iffy. It's like it could go, but maybe it won't. A lot of times when it goes ATR high break, it'll actually continue to go. But this, when it comes down and plays down here, I'm just like, man, I'm just on eggshells because it's just not been something that works well a lot. So I kind of have to just take my time. The PRG, this one halts. PRTG is halted. I got to get off of here to go into the meeting though. I'm getting calls. All right. Appreciate you guys for tuning in. I will be back on Friday. I wasn't able to stream Monday. Things came up, was dealing with insurance companies and things like that, but got all that settled out. But I will be back on Friday. Appreciate you guys once again for tuning in. Don't forget to hit the like button. And if you can subscribe if you want to. We'll be back and coming to, well, it's the middle of the month. Got half of the month to go, and we'll see where that goes and where that takes us. And I want to see where this news takes us as well. Anyway, that's it for today. And as always, I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.